but I'm gonna check with Misty. Misty's gonna watch the Twitter. You can't see. We can't see you. You can see me. She doesn't want to go on camera, of course. But you can comment. For those of you who have Periscope, whether you're watching on the phone, Android or iPhone, or if you're watching on the web, as long as you're signed in, you can comment, and I'd be happy to answer questions as we go forward here about the watch or anything in wearable tech. I'll certainly take a stab at it. It's a nice here. We're in Connecticut. It's a nice day here in Connecticut. A little cooler, a little less humid. I'm just waiting for Misty to let me know that the prize has been given away on the chat and that we can begin. We're getting some folks in here now, which is great. Again, this is all about making the leap to wearable tech and talking about Apple Watch. What was that? Well, they did the prize. So we're getting some folks in here. We're just gonna wait. Thanks everyone for joining. Yes, Mom can do it. Just joined. Thanks everyone. I'm just gonna wait for a couple minutes. Found us, yes. I certainly did. So I can see your comments on the screen. So anybody commenting in Periscope, I can see your comments on the screen. Misty is manning the Twitter at the VZWBuzz hashtag. For those of you who cannot download the app or can't get signed in, we can certainly take your questions there. But if you do have Periscope, welcome Ann Randolph. Just joined. Oh, Dina. We got 15 people in here. We'll begin shortly. Again, all about, and I'll show you in a second. Watch, and I'm going to turn it. There we are. There we are. Apple Watch. Mommy with twins, welcome. I don't know if you guys are curious. I got to keep flicking my wrist to turn it on. It turns off automatically. There we are. Wow, yes, it is very slick. I love it. I've had it since the beginning. And certainly don't hesitate to post your questions, but let's start out with what I like about it. Now, I am it's actually not that big. I had the 42 millimeter model, but it might be big for your wrist. They have a 38 millimeter model. It's slightly shorter. The width is the same, but slightly 4 millimeters shorter. And that usually is better on women's wrists. If you remember those oversized watches, yeah, it could be a little big on certain people's wrists, but for me, I like the 42 millimeter. I got it. Let's see, what apps for exercise can I get? It has a built-in workout app. In fact, I can show you that. Hold on, I'm gonna juggle the camera and the watch, so bear with me here. So okay, so that's your watch face. So I'm gonna go out to the that's your apps right there, right? And it's I'm gonna try to do this here, and maybe I can get some assistance from Misty to help hold the camera. There we are. Okay, so those are your apps. That's how the layout is, and with your finger you can zoom around the screen. How durable is it? Actually, it's really good. It's actually very water resistant. And I wear it all the time. I don't worry about it. I don't wear it in the shower, certainly. That's not recommended, or swimming, but I have no problem with it. The workout question, let me go to the workout app. Let me find it here. This is the little running guy. And so you can have it has various types of exercise: indoor walk, elliptical, outdoor walk, stair stepping, other, outdoor run, indoor run. Okay, and once you press on one of these, so say if I'm going to go for an indoor walk, I press on that, and let me just load it up. Sometimes it takes a moment. Okay, so I can set various goals. So I can have a open goal. This is with, I just press start and it just times me. It measures my heartbeat, measures my distance, or I can set goals. So if I have a distance goal, I can set it here. If I have a calorie goal, I can set it here, that type of thing. Let me show you the activity app. This measures my activity. So these little rings, each one corresponds to a different thing. So there's three main things they're measuring. One is calories, and I've been very bad today. Haven't done that much. Usually I'm up 300, 400, 500 calories, especially if I go to the gym. So that's calories, and I have a goal of 250 calories a day. So right now I'm about halfway there, so I have not been good today. This one is exercise, and you can see a big fat 0 today. I've been sitting at my desk all day, so, but this will measure, you know, exercise, meaning that it's, I believe it picks up, you have to do like at least a minute of a brisk walk. That's how it kind of measures it. So if you're walking at a brisk pace for at least a minute, it'll register that. And then this is standing. This is another big thing of the watch. As you know, sitting too long can be very detrimental to your health. So what this watch does, you can set it to remind you every hour to at least stand up for 1 minute per hour. And this is what it's measuring. So I've been pretty good. I've stood at least a minute 8 hours out of 12 hours that I've had the watch on today. So the exercise portion of, let's switch this around. The exercise portion of this watch is really good. That's my favorite part, is it works indoors, outdoors. Can you watch videos on it? You can. It's probably not recommended because it's a very small screen, but you can watch videos on it. You know, really the whole purpose, how do the calendars, reminders? Yes, it does not read body temperature. The reminders, the watch is really an accessory for your iPhone, and it only works with iPhone. So iPhone comes with the Apple Watch app, and you sync it via Bluetooth. And so anything as far as calendar reminders, if you get it on your phone, you'll get it on your watch. Now the cool thing is, since it works together, it is water resistant. And I believe it's water resistant to about a foot and a half in water. I've seen people on YouTube swim with it, shower with it. It's not recommended, but it is water resistant. If I'm at the sink watching, I don't take it off. I don't worry about it. If you're in the rain, if you're washing your hand, that's fine. Sweat resistant. Now I have the elastomer band, the white band, the plastic band, and it's funny because I thought when I first looked at this watch before I tried it on, it would be very stiff, but this band is very, very supple, very flexible, very, very comfortable for a plastic band. So water resistant, and well, I was getting to, it pairs up with the phone. So it does not work with Android devices. It has to be an iPhone. iPhone 5, I believe, and higher, or it might be 4S, but I know definitely 5 or higher. But the cool thing is it works together. So say your iPhone is locked and it's charging somewhere, and you have the watch on. All your notifications, your calendar notifications, your reminders come to the watch automatically. It doesn't go to your phone. If your phone is open, it'll go to your phone. So it really works well together. Can the band be changed? Yes, the band can be changed. In fact, I'm thinking about getting some other bands. There's black, there's I think red or pink, there's green, so that can be changed. I'm sorry, the questions, I missed some of the questions, the one after the band. If you want to just repeat your question, I'd be happy to answer. Love the green, but yeah, the green band is better than, the colors are really good. You know, I've seen all of them in person. They're really cool. The bands slide out very, very easily. There's a little pin, that you push in. There's a couple of metal bands. There's what's called a mesh band that's very flexible mesh. Does the phone have to be very close for it to watch for? The phone has to be within Bluetooth range, meaning that you're probably looking at about 40 feet, 50 feet from the phone, where everything works together. The watch will work on Wi-Fi, like the changing colors. Yes, the bands are great. Have you slept with it? No, you know, it's really not meant to be slept with. I will recharge it at night. I'll just put it on the charger and ready to go. The battery life, by the way, is very, very good. It does not feel heavy on my wrist. It's actually very, very comfortable. Is it scratch proof? It's scratch resistant. It uses the same glass on the sport model. It uses the same glass as the iPhone, so it's very. Hey Diana, how are you? Nice to see you. It uses the same glass as the iPhone, the ion glass. That's very, very hard and very scratch resistant. So it's actually good in that respect. The higher end watches, the Apple Watch stainless steel is a crystal display. And that's very, very hard. That's a sapphire crystal display, so that's second to diamond, so that's very, very scratch resistant. But there's some screen. There are I don't think you really need it. You know, if you're I've never used one on my iPhone. Never had a problem with scratches. In fact, I'm using an iPhone 6 Plus to do this Periscope, and I just throw it in my pocket. I know Misty doesn't even use a case with hers, and we've never had problems with scratches. With a toddler, yes, I probably would worry about that. I'd probably be worried more about shattered screens on the phone and on the watch. The glass is glass, so if you drop it just right, if you drop it straight down, it will shatter on hard surfaces, so you want to watch out for that. You don't want to drop it. Thank you very much. Hopefully the video quality is good. I'm just in my yard. I figured I'd go outside and kind of do like a location. Does it get caught up on anything? I have not had any problem with that. As far as getting caught up on your sleeve or whatever. If you wear like more delicate cashmere sweaters, maybe you might get caught up on the crown, but I haven't had any problem. Thanks, Diana. Yeah, this is pretty good. So I'm having good luck with it. I'm in a good signal area, so I'm good with the quality. I'm not sure if anything's happening on Twitter. I'm going to check with Misty. Cool thing. Okay, no video is cool. Anything on Twitter? Okay. You guys have been great with the comments. Now I am all Apple, so for me, the watch works very well. How's the speaker on the watch? The speaker is surprising. I will just read the watch. Let's see. Signal is great for you being outdoors. Marty, video quality. Oh, excellent. Thanks, Gene. Now I am all Apple. The speaker quality, that was a question that came in on Twitter. It's tiny. It's a tiny little hole, and it's really meant for notifications. Watch this on my pad. Excellent. It's really meant for notifications. You can take phone calls on your watch, so anything coming in, not notice it. Here's the thing about the apps. I'll get that in a second. You can take a phone call on the watch. I've done that. It is fine for a quick, hello, goodbye, whatever. But again, the speaker's not really meant for long-term listening. You can pair Bluetooth headphones with the watch and do it that way. You can stream music. All the streaming services work. Apple Music will work with it. Your iTunes can be played on it. You can actually sync over songs from your iTunes. Does it ever heat up? I have not had a problem with it getting warm at all, so it's not a problem. What watch are you using? The Apple Watch with the sport model with the white band. Do you feel odd talking to you? I don't do it that often, so it's not that bad. It's great for text messaging too as well. What I like about it is, Misty and I, we run a business, we work out of our house, so communication's key. So if you're in business, I think it's tremendous. Now I'm all Apple, so what's great, if you're all Apple, especially if you have Apple computer, iPhone, it all works together, iPad, and that's what I really, really like, is that it all works together. So if I'm in the kitchen making breakfast and my iPhone's in the office and my phone's there and I get a phone call, I can glance down on my wrist, and decide whether I want to take it or not. 9 times out of 10, it's usually like a robocall or whatever, and I can go right on. It's very, very convenient for that. Or if you're getting a text message or an email, you can look at it really quick and then decide, okay, do I need to reply to it? And then I can go to my computer and do it. So it's a great time saver. Someone said about battery life, that's a surprising thing. I think Apple undersold the battery. It's very, very good. Both Misty and I have had very, very good luck with the battery. In fact, Misty frequently will go 2 days without charging. We'll charge it every other day. I'll usually just throw it on a charger, at night, and that seems to work. I usually have, on average, and no lie, it's probably anywhere from 80% to 65% battery life left, and that's pretty heavy usage. So the thing that kills the battery on the watch is if you exercise a lot, because it does have constant heart rate monitoring, and that's what kills the battery. But then again, you just recharge it. So if you're into fitness and you do it a lot, then that'll kill the battery. But in normal use, the battery is fantastic. What kind of apps? What are some apps you found useful? You know what? If you travel a lot, as far as useful apps, and here's the thing about the apps on the watch, and this is something for folks that have the watch now or are considering getting it. in the fall, Apple will release new software, not only for the desktop and the iPhone, but also the watch. So Watch OS 2.0. The big thing about the apps is the apps are not native on the watch. Basically, they work with the phone. So the app experience, in my mind, and I'm a big Apple fan, it's not that great right now because there's a little delay. It takes time to open the app because it's got to communicate with the phone. When the new 2.0 software comes out, and that'll probably in October, the apps will be native to the watch. So all the controls, all the intelligence will be on the watch. So that should speed things up. It'll be able to use the Wi-Fi built into the watch. It should speed things up quite a bit. So the watch has to go through the updates to the phone. Yes, it does. It has the phone has an Apple Watch app automatically installed on it, and that's how you pair the watch with the phone. And that's how you get it going. Older watch compatible. I saw something about Samsung Gear. Samsung Gear is not compatible with Apple products. It's only compatible with Samsung products. As far as the older watch, now these watches will receive a software update. That'll all be compatible. And again, the big news there is that the Watch OS, the apps will be native, and that'll speed things up. So anybody with a watch now probably notices that the app experiences can be a little slow. As far as apps that I like, and I think the use case for the watch, if you travel a lot, tremendous. If you, keep your, like I use tripit.com, and it's got a great website, it's got a great app, and for example, I used to use my phone, so I have all my flight reservations, hotel reservations, boarding passes right there. What's cool about the watch is all the airlines have apps now, and you can actually put the your boarding passes right on the watch, and all the security now it'll have like a barcode or QR code, and when you get to security, you'll just use your watch instead of a paper ticket, which is great. So funny, I don't know if you hear that. The neighbors are yelling, so hopefully you don't hear that. But anyways, is there a limit to apps you have found? What was that? Okay, we're gonna wrap up shortly here, but I would say as far as we got a winner. Okay, you guys know that this is part of the recap, and just because we're doing it on Periscope doesn't mean we don't have a prize. So let me announce the winner. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. I hope I answered some of the questions at least. I love the Apple Watch, but let's get to the winner of the Fitbit Surge, and the winner is, if you're ready, drum roll. Blessed Mama 56 on Twitter. Blessed Mama 56 on Twitter. If you're watching, and we'll tweet it out, you've won a Fitbit Surge. Congratulations. Please, you want DM your information to you? Oh, to Paul. To Tech Dad, please DM your shipping and information, and we'll get that right out to you. Thanks, Diana. I really appreciate that. Congratulations to the winner. Thanks everybody for chiming in. We will be back next week with another recap. We might not be on Periscope, we might be on regular YouTube, but stay tuned. We'll be announcing that. But thanks everyone for tuning into the Periscope. Hopefully I was helpful. I'll try to go on Twitter and answer any questions. Certainly don't hesitate to tweet me. We will see you later. And if I can figure out how to stop this, that would be good. So thanks everyone. Bye-bye.